Good evening, Maygay fans. Another m1b board repaired for Gordon. If we saw Gordon's post, he had the on the buses, which been repaired by AK Amusements originally, 2016, which is a quite a good company, by the way. You should send my boards there before I could repair them. So I think somebody else had to go on it since then though, because we had this thing here on it, on wires, which I've just put one directly into the board. Right, so basically it wasn't working, as he knows, and there was a lot of wet here. Which was battery. So this is nice and simple really. I wish they were all like this. I suspected this here, U11, from various things I was doing, it pointed to this. A lot of flickering LEDs and things here, which is sometimes to do with this. Not always, but so we changed that out. And it booted. And we tried it in the machine, that was that, done. But on my mind, playing on my mind, and I told Gordon was this one here was working fine, but this is where a lot of the wet was as well, between this and this battery. So I've only just replaced this now just to make sure. It looked fine, it worked fine, but I just don't know in the future whether it's gonna, you know, start playing up or whatever. So we've replaced that. It's not the first time these two have been replaced, by the way. They're not the original. They weren't the originals there. That one's been replaced before, so it must have been battery again maybe, because there's a bit of work been done here what I've not done. This one had one of the pads underneath it gone, so someone's definitely had that one out before. I'll put a wire in there to help that out. And this thing here on wires, the pads weren't very clever here either. I put a wire through one of them just to secure the connection. But yeah, we've given it a clean. We cleaned all that battery acid off first as well, give it a bit of a bath. Some people laugh at that, but we do, we bath them. Bathing them soapy water, completely drench them, and then dry them off with a hairdryer. If you've never done that before, I suggest you think twice before plugging it in about trying that, because it takes an awful lot of drying. I over dry them, even though it looks dry, because it can collect in all these places in here and it'll just go if you plug it in with water in it. But yeah, we bath them. Nothing to show on the back really, just as clean as it was. Batteries on better wires, it's rather untidy. I've taken all that tape off the battery. It's not a good idea to have it completely cased up like that. You want to let the air get to it. Right, the boot up as usual. So there's nothing much to say with this video, just the fact that it's working, and to show Gordon, well, although I've already told Gordon that it's working, just to show the others that it is actually working, and it is that board in the video, what he shown us before, or the picture he shown us before rather. Right, there we go then. There we go, 3 to 4 seconds as per usual. That's my card. Now let's just try it with Gordon's card, because, you know, when people are sending me these boards now, if it's out of a particular machine, or it's going in a particular machine, I ask them to send that card as well, because we can have a few issues with the card sometimes. Now this is on the bus's card with his dongle on. Just wait for the lights to go out. There we go. All clicked in, so that's working with the on the buses card. Now, I've never had on the buses as a machine here, so I wanted to know what the sounds and stuff were like. So I tried this card in my machine in the Italian job, and it actually works. You know, because some, as you know, with some cards you put in a machine and it'll just say reel error, because the reels are different to what the machine is. We find one with the same reels and stuff. Same motors rather, it's the motors, it'll run, So I heard all the tunes, was playing it and everything. Didn't know what I was doing, didn't know what I was holding or anything, because it's different. You can't get a win. You can't know getting a win, put it like that, because the reels are not in line and stuff for a win. So you just don't know what you're doing. But I managed to get on the board and everything. The sounds are absolutely great. So I'm sure Gordon will be pleased to get this back working. And let's show us a video, Gordon, of it working. I'm sure we all want to see that. Good tunes to it. Right, so that's really it for tonight. Thanks for watching. Right, so I just thought I'd show Gordon's board and game card on the buses in the Italian job. So bearing in mind it's not the right machine, but I want to see if we can hear a few of the sounds. So as we can see, there it is. There's a sticker from that company that fixed it before, that it is that board. Okay, so let's just click that in. And let's just put this down and see if we can get some of the tunes. Let's see if we can get some of the tunes to the machine so we can hear it. Right. Just doing a ram clear. So remember, we're not looking at the picture here, really. It says on the buses and it's not, it's the Italian job. We want to hear the sound if we can get it to, you know, get onto the board and stuff. But don't forget, I don't know what I'm going to be holding because it won't be right. So let's see if we can get some of the sounds. See, I don't know what I'm nudging here because this won't be right. It's not going to be right holding them, I just don't know. We'll have to hope it gets in itself into the board. But you can hear the on the buses sounds in the Italian job machine. And there we go, we're in.
Oh, come on, we're full up. Let's get cracking, mate.
70s music or 60s, late 60s, whichever.
Get on the bus. Let him over the skyline.